Hi guys, it's Tule here, and I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, but I'm back now, and more videos are coming. The one you're watching now is on CCQs, what they are, how to use them, how to make sure they're effective, and why they're so great. So yeah, let's see, let's have a look. Right. So CCQs stand for concept checking questions. And essentially, those are the questions that we ask our students to see if they really understand what we're teaching them in terms of grammar, vocabulary, or functions. Let's see why we should be using them. There's a number of reasons. The main ones, the basic ones are here. So obviously, to check understanding. Do they know what we're talking about? Do they understand it? Do I need to clarify further, or is this enough? It's also a way of responding to your students' needs. Asking them questions and eliciting helps you see where they're struggling and what needs to be clarified further. If you just lecture them and if you just tell them what a word means or what a grammar structure means, it's not going to let you see whether they understand anything, how much they understand, what aspect needs to be clarified further, and asking them questions is a way of doing it. And because of that, it helps you reduce your unnecessary teacher talking time, because once you know what you need to clarify, you only focus on those small things, so you don't speak at them about everything, about all things target language, for example. So yeah, saves time and helps you with your TTT if you're struggling with that. Right. Some of them are ineffective. Very often on CELTA, this is a big thing that our trainees have to learn, but even post-CELTA, this could be a difficult thing to master. So what are some ineffective CCQs? The first group is those that don't check understanding. So if they're very general questions, things like, does it make sense? Do you understand? Okay. Not really testing anything, not doing the job, so we don't like those. Another group is questions that include the language that you're trying to clarify. This example is exaggerated. So you're teaching sad. The sentence is, I'm sad. And while clarifying sad, your CCQ is, am I happy or sad? Yeah, they're going to say sad because they know that's what you have in your sentence, but do they really understand what it means? Not really. That's something called parroting, is when your students repeat something without really understanding what it means. Again, this is a very simple example. I've seen it happen with grammar structures, more advanced vocab. So yeah, just be mindful of this when you're planning your CCQs. And something that focuses on the wrong aspect. So if your sentence was, I lived in London before I moved to Paris. Let's say you're teaching past simple. If you ask, where did I live before Paris? It's not going to test understanding of past simple, okay? It's going to test their reading comprehension, or again, it's a great example of parroting, but it does nothing for your past simple clarification. So make sure your questions are meaning driven, and meaning, not the meaning of individual words or whatever words you want in a sentence, but the meaning of your target language. So whatever you want to teach them, that's what needs to be tested and that's what needs to be checked. Which takes me to things to remember. So first of all, you need to cover all the aspects of your target language or the pre-teaching vocab that you want to clarify. What I mean is, if, for example, on CELTA, there's always an LA sheet that you need to fill out. If you're dealing with language, if you're dealing with systems. And the first bit there is always meaning, okay? So everything you mention in the meaning section needs to translate into a bunch of CCQs, okay? I'll show you an example later, so it will make a bit more sense. You also need to script your CCQs, and you need to script them with answers. It might seem like a very easy thing to do, be like, yeah, how difficult is it to come up with a simple question on the spot? The answer is very difficult unless you've been doing it for long enough. A lot of CELTs struggle with it because you think like, oh, how difficult is it to CCQ past simple? Like, yeah, I just ask this one question and it's done. The thing is, if it's not a habit, phrasing the question might take time. Knowing which things to check takes time. And very often you might misfire. So yeah, just make sure they're scripted and provide the answers so that you know you want to hear from your students. Okay? They also need to be specific. That's why you're most likely going to have more than one, because you can't check everything with a single CCQ. And because of everything we've just said, try and keep them simple. Because again, you can't use the language you're teaching, and especially with lower levels, it limits you. But you can always use, like I've said here on this slide, you can always use timelines, visuals, so pictures, realia, whatever. You can use your body language, so gestures, to help you clarify things. So for example, if I was teaching, I used to smoke every day. The first question would be, did I smoke in the past? Yes, I did. Was it one time or many times? Many times. Now, after this, you might want to reinforce that it was a habit. So you ask, was it a habit? Yes, it was. And then the last one, do I smoke now or did I stop? Yeah, I stopped. That's it. So that's the 4 questions that cover the meaning of I used to smoke every day. Okay. I know that some trainers and some experienced teachers, they don't like yes, no CCQs. And I kind of see why, but I don't think that they're ineffective as long as it's not a single yes, no question that you ask and then you just move on. They all work together. If you just ask one, it's not going to work. So yeah, but again, many different opinions, many different thoughts on this. All right. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching this one. As always, that's my Instagram. Some useful stuff is there every now and again. And also my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you all later. Bye.